Today, we're going to be talking about the mystery of prompting in AI, specifically with Copilot and Power BI. So we've all been there. You type a question into Copilot and you get a beautiful paragraph with the best answer ever. But then you go into Power BI and ask it the same question, and it says data not found or a completely different number. Why is that? Well, this is a feature, not a bug, on how these two systems are built and designed. Today we're going to look into the two hidden reasons why. So behind the AI interface, there's a lot of things we have to understand, like the output. And to understand the output, we have to look past the chat box. We are comparing a general assistant, which is Copilot, designed for a lot of like high-level thinking, with a structured, intelligent engine in Power BI, which is more designed for depth. So to understand what that means, we need to first know what data binding is. Think of data binding as the handshake. It's the physical connection between the words you type and the data sitting on the server. Binding determines the scope of the AI's vision. If it isn't bound to the data, it can't see it. We also need to learn about what dynamic versus strict binding is. Copilot is dynamic, and it uses the lasso approach. It throws a wide net over your emails, OneDrive, and the web, and binds to whatever looks relevant in the moment. Power BI has a strict binding, and it uses the railway approach. It can only travel on tracks laid down by the data architect / data engineer. And if a table isn't in the model, Power BI is effectively blind to it. Now we're going to learn about ontology. Think about it this way. If binding is where we look, ontology is how we define what we see. So, Copilot is trained on the probably ontology. It's a best guess system because it's trained on the whole internet and knows that sales usually means revenue depending on the business context. It's flexible, but that flexibility is why sometimes it hallucinates numbers to fit the narrative. Power BI is also very deterministic. There's no guessing. Revenue is a specific formula created by something like DAX, which is created by a human. And that is why Power BI is audit ready. It doesn't want to be your friend, it just wants to be your calculator and doesn't assume things. It gives you the facts. So here is a visualization of everything we just kind of talked about. Copilot reads the vibe of your documents. Power BI gives you the facts. And then depending on how you prompt, that's going to give you a separate answer. As you can see right here, I have this little table. Feel free to screenshot it, explaining what the differences are. And here's a real-world example. The scenario is, Copilot sees a CFO's email saying, "We hit roughly $5 million. Power BI calculates every single transaction and arrives at 5 million and some change. Why they're different though? One bound to a mention in a document, the other is bound to the source of truth, which is the database. And here are some actionable advice items when you are trying to prompt for accuracy. For Copilot, context is king. Specify exactly what you want. For Power BI, use exact column names instead of just general words. And then always verify your sources. You can do this manually, or you can literally ask AI to show you the sources it used and you can see if it's right or wrong. What do you guys think about this? Thanks for watching though. Bye!